Hey crafters, happy Saturday. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day so far. So today on my Show Me Saturday, we are going to make a double flap fun fold card. So how cute is this card? Okay, this is the card we're going to make today. So here I have this adorable, she is from the Bestie line. This is Zoe. This is item number Z3936. So Zoe is super adorable. I gave her blonde hair. Today's card, I am going to use Lucy, and she has curly hair, and she's also going to be a blonde today. So what's good about these is you can change them to have any color hair, clothing, skin type, anything that you want. So these are very versatile stamps. So again, this is Zoe. She is new. There is 2 more in the line, which I do not have those 2 girls yet, but they are on the way. So I'll move this out and we are going to get started. So I do have everything pre-cut for you. And what I have on my desk is I have my adhesive runner. I have some 3D foam dots, some 3D foam tape. I also have my liquid glue. I have a pair of scissors, and I have our amazing new tweezers. So I will get all this out of the way. I'm going to keep her right here in the corner so we could watch. Oh, and I did color these with our Tri-Blend markers, so I'll show you on my sample. I'm going to give you all the dimensions like I always do, and I went ahead and pre-cut and colored and stamped just for the sake of the video. So here is our adorable Lucy. I cut out the heart balloon, and I did use, I'm not sure if you can tell in the video, but I did put some shimmer brush on top of that balloon. I cut out and bannered a little Just For You stamp, just like I have here. And then let's go through our card pieces dimensions. So this is going to be our card base, and it's cut at 5 1/4 by 8. So it's not your traditional size for a card base, and I'll show you why. So again, this is 5 1/4 by 8, and it's scored at 4. Okay, and then you want a back card base, and this is where it's going to layer on top of. And here is your traditional 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So they go on, they're going to layer on top of one another. Okay, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Your card is 5 1/4 by 8, scored at 4. Then you're going to need a solid panel for the front. This is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Then you're going to need a piece of pattern paper, and this is 2 1/2 by 4. They're going to just layer on top of one another. For our inside mat, this is cut at 3 3/4 by 5. Okay, and then here's what's going to make our double flap. So this is a coordinating piece of cardstock, and this is just a 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 inch square. So I'm just going to move this out of the way a second and show you how to make that angle super easy on your paper trimmer. So what I have is a piece of 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 cardstock. So what you do is you're going to use the, I guess you call this the rail or the tunnel of your paper trimmer, and you're going to line that up corner to corner on an angle right inside the tunnel. And then you're going to make sure it stays. Sometimes I like to just put my finger down to hold the paper, and then you're going to take your trimmer and cut, and there you have it. So you have your angles. So just wanted to show you a quick demo of that since I had everything cut. I'll bring in my pieces again, and we'll get to assembly. So that's all you need to do. And I'm using here, this is paper from our Party Time paper pack. It's double-sided. This is ballerina cardstock, and this is the flamingo cardstock and White Daisy. And also my sentiments here. So this inside sentiment, this was something I had in my stash, which I really like. And then at the bottom here, that confetti, I use the birthday borders, which is item number Z3780. And I'll show you that. This is birthday borders. This is still available. This is a great set because it has all these great sentiments and borders. And then it has dies to go along with the images that you see highlighted here. And the Just For You, this cute little Just For You sentiment, that comes from the July. This is last year's July stamp of the month. So, and you'll see right there is the Just For You. Okay, so I also embossed the front of the card here. As you can see, it has party, confetti, fun time, celebrate. So this is our celebrate embossing folder. And I believe this is still available on the website. It's item number Z3624. But again, you don't have to emboss it, but it just gives it a little nice dimension. When you open here, you see the embossing there. And a lot of people sand. And what's good about our paper is it's has a white core. So if you were to sand this, it would, wherever you sand, the raised edges would be white. So that's a good thing about using white core cardstock, which all close to my heart is white core. But I didn't sand this. Okay, so let's just get going with creating this. So the first thing we're going to work on is our flaps because we need to create a score line here. So I have a little Martha Stewart scoreboard, and I like to just pull this out when I'm just doing little pieces of paper. So what you're going to see here is I'm just going to line this up, and you want to make a score line a 1/2 inch from the bottom. So you want to just make a score line 1/2 inch from the wider side. So if I line this up correctly, this is perfectly lined up at 2.5. So what I'm going to do is at my 2 line, I'm going to just score. So I need to do that for both pieces. Okay, and I'm going to score this at 2. Let me just make sure that's even. Yeah. And you want to make sure it's even so that everything lines up at the end when you're assembling it. And that's it. So that's our only other score lines that we need. So I'm going to bring this back in, and I think I'm going to use, first I'm going to hear this down. I'm going to use my tape runner. I know I say this all the time. Anybody watching this may cringe. I like lots of adhesive. So I'm just going to layer that inside my card. Okay, so now I'm going to take my angles here, and let me bring in my little scoring tool. I'm going to fold that in. Same thing here. And now what you want to do is just clip off the edges there. Same on this one. Just clip off that overhang. Okay. So now I think I'm going to use my liquid glue for this. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your flap, and that's going to glue right on the backside. And don't worry, that's going to be covered up because it's going to go on your card base. So I think liquid glue is going to do the job really good for this. So let me pull in my liquid glue. You just want to line that up corner to corner. I should have picked this up and did it. Just like that. Okay, so you see so that's what's making our flap. And then you want to repeat the same thing at the bottom. So you want to put a little glue and then put that at the bottom of your card. almost messed up. Just like so. Then I just close it and give it a nice seal with my boning folder. Okay, so we're just gonna, so there you have it. There's your flaps now for the double flap fun fold. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in that card base, which was 5.5 by 4 1/4. And this is now, I'm gonna use my tape runner for this. And you're just gonna put lots of adhesive all around the back side. And just make sure you have it right side up. And you're going to adhere this together. And there's gonna be a little mat. So it's gonna make a nice mat for your card. Okay, so super easy so far to put together. Now, next thing we want to do is we want to bring in these two pieces. And remember, our pattern paper is cut at 2.5 by 4, and our white is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and we are just going to adhere those together. So let's do that. Okay. And now the trick here is you want to make sure that you line this part of the card right up to, if you can see that, right up to your one flap. So, I mean, otherwise, if you put it down lower and you have overhang, look at, that's going to look silly. So if you kind of made sure that it lined up perfectly at the top, it should then align symmetrical at the bottom. So what you want to do is, I kind of visually, you can put a little tiny pencil mark if you wanted there. So I just know that my top is right below that set of circles there. So I am just going to, it was right, hold on, see, it was right below. So I'm going to put adhesive all right here. All the way down to the point there. Okay. So that, now I go back and line it up. And it's perfect. Okay. So there's one flap, and we're going to do the same thing at the bottom. So again, I'm going to visually see I have about one line of circles there. So right below that, I'm going to add all adhesive. You could do liquid glue, whatever you want to work with here. Okay. Oh my goodness, no, I didn't want to do that. What am I doing? You don't need to do that. Okay, made a boo-boo. Sorry. You don't want to put adhesive at the bottom of your flap here. Otherwise, you would close your card. So I don't know what I'm thinking, but we'll just skip that. I will fix that. I'm going to pull this off and put another flap. So anyway, you only put adhesive on the top flap. And there you go. That's the beauty of doing a live video. You just roll with your mistakes. So again, don't make my mistake. Don't put adhesive here. Only put it on your top flap. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, I'm going to flip my card over since I messed that up. And now we're just going to decorate our front. So I'm going to put my little girl here. I'm going to put my balloon here. And then my sentiment. So I am going to put her, I'm going to adhere her with some 3D foam dots. It's okay. Makes us human. Making mistakes, but you get the idea. Just do not put adhesive on your bottom flap there. Otherwise, your flaps will adhere together. But when I'm done with this video, I will correct that, and I'm just going to replace that one flap just because I don't want this card to be wasted. Actually, we need to make this a little smaller. So I'm just putting some foam tape down by her legs. I'm going to also put some on the back of the balloon. And I need a piece of foam tape for my sentiment. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? I just thought of it. Where is my rub and erase tool? That's what that is for. So I am going to take the adhesive. I think, there we go. See? Crafting has tools for everything. This is a rub and erase, and it takes your adhesive off. See? Pulled my adhesive off. There we go. Made a boo-boo and then fixed it. I got a little more adhesive here. Perfect. Nice. Now my card's not ruined. There you go. So no more adhesive. Okay. So let's get back to, see? No more adhesive. Okay. Let's get back to our card front. Haven't used that tool in such a long time. That's why it didn't come to me. I didn't even think about it for a moment. But I am glad I remembered. Okay. So we're going to stick little Lucy down right about here. And then we're going to have the heart. I'm going to do it on top of her hand so it looks like she's holding it. And I may put a little glue dot to hold. Nope, looks like she's holding it. And our sentiment, we're just going to stick at the bottom here. Cute. And now what I'm going to do, so that's it. Our card is done. Here is our double flap fun fold card. Again, I just want to say, I don't want to keep repeating myself, but do not put adhesive on the bottom here where I did. But if you do by accident, hope you have a rub and eraser and it fixes that. Okay, so last, what I am going to do is I have some silver glitter gems. I'm just going to put 3 gems. I'm going to pull out my amazing tweezers. These are new. We just brought them back. They pick up and place down perfectly. So I'm going to put 3. So I'm going to put 1 right here. I think I've said this before. Whenever I like to put embellishments, I don't know why, or gems, rhinestones, 3 seems to be everything in clusters of 3. That's just kind of how I have learned, and pretty much anybody that I follow, that's what they do. So 3 little gems. And there you have it. Double flap fun fold card. Okay. So all these products that I use today are available on my website, CraftyDivaUSA.ctmh.com, and I colored our little Lucy here. I used a variety of tri-blend markers. So for her skin, I used the lightest shade of Fair Skin. I colored her hair with light yellow. I used the lightest shade to color the hair, and then I went in with the dark side and I just went down all the squigglies to give her hair a little bit of dimension. And then I colored the balloon and her dress using a assortment of bright pink blend and magenta blend. So I love our tri-blend markers. They are really amazing. And the inside of my card, I used Stamped in Flamingo on the flamingo paper, so it's tone on tone, which I really like to do also. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this fun fold card. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. My email is craftydivausa@gmail.com. You can private message me here on Facebook. Give this video a like, follow my page. I have lots of exciting things to come. I'm going to be starting monthly workshops, creating cards and creating scrapbook pages. So I'm in the midst of designing a scrapbook workshop right now, and then we'll do a live to put it together. Otherwise, you could put it together on your own following the directions, but that's something new that's going to be coming for Crafty Diva USA. So please follow me. I hope you like this card. Double flap, fun fold card. Love the Besties line. Let me bring them back in and I will show you both the cards. This is Zoe and this is Lucy. Super cute. And yeah, I hope you like this card and I will see you next Saturday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.